Hi, welcome back to OD YouTube channel. Today I have here a box that I just received from this brand. Let me check one sticker here, that is Santini Italia. So, Santini is an Italian brand that makes, I would say, quite special pens, and I bought one, and this was on my wish list for 2021. You can check that video that I made, I think in December. And this pen was a part of that wish list, so I'm quite happy because this year is being good in terms of pens that would come into my wish list. So, I have here a Victorinox knife, a green one from 2017, because the pen is green or greenish. And so, let's see what we have here inside. I'll try to open this carefully. Because I don't really want to damage anything. Let me see if I can take out this external wrap like this. So, Santini is a very nice brand that we can, they have a very interesting service, a chat service on their website. You go there and you ask the questions and they are able to build the pen understanding which are your needs. So this is a very interesting thing. I have to say that also Santini makes their own nibs, which is something interesting. There are some brands that do them, not many, but some brands make their own nibs instead of going for those standard nibs that are available like Jovo, Bock or Schmidt. These are really made by them and they make something that is very special, which is the modern flex. Now, this is the point when you can start to think that I'm crazy, because yes, I bought a Santini pen, yes, with their special nibs that are made by them, and no, I didn't go for a flex nib because it's just not my thing. So many of you must be thinking this guy is crazy because he had the chance to buy a pen with a flexible nib and he didn't, but that's not, it doesn't fit my way of writing. That's why I did that. I know it is uncommon. When I talked with Santini during that discussion about the pen, because I wanted some changes to the standard model, they told me that around 80% of their orders are from pens, are for pens with flexible nibs. So I'm not most people. So let's see what I have inside. So very nicely boxed. By the way, I have to say that this was a purchase. I didn't get this pen for free. It's not one of those kind of YouTuber stuff. It's really something that I wanted. It was on my wish list, so I bought it. And they are very nice talking to you, explaining everything. So I think this is really, really a good brand, and I have to say that I was impressed. This is fun to have these like this. We hope you enjoy your purchase as much as we enjoyed creating it for you. Thank you, dear Paulo, thank you for your purchase. We hope that our product will accompany you for a long time with satisfaction. Please contact us for any questions you may have. Kind regards, Santini Italia team. Then top client 5 for 5% discount. This is in Italian, so but that's what it means. So we can use a discount code. And besides this very nice black paper, we have a black envelope, which I think that it has my invoice, maybe with personal data, so I will not share this part with you. Yes. This is just for me. And besides this part, we have a very beautiful wrapping that I'm not any good to open this stuff without ruining everything. This is too beautiful for me. I'm not that kind of person that keeps everything nice. So, but I'm trying. Okay, so blue ribbon comes out. And we have Santini Italia and thank you. And thank you again here on this sticker, and maybe thank you again here on this side. So they also make very nice pens out of hard rubber, but ebonite. But because I am myself, I went for a pen made of resin. So I went for a pen with made of resin with a non-flexible nib. And finally, okay, this never ends. So you have here instructions how to fill your pen, and you have the instructions here, and it says it is a piston filling pen. It's not my kind of favorite filling system. I prefer cartridge converter, but this makes sense to me. And here is the test of the nib. It has been checked for writing. And you can see this is a fine nib and it is not a flexible one. I would say this is kind of a little bit on the broad side for a fine, but I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I was afraid it would be too narrow. So the pen is here. Okay, black paper, we have some instructions here. Actually the warranty, not instructions. The instructions are on the other paper. And now, let's take a look. By the way, this is, as I told you, this is their fine, which I think it's a little bit on the broader side. I would say it is more like between a fine and a medium. Actually, it is I would say it is quite a decent Western fine, but I will then ink the pen. Maybe not in this video, this is just the unboxing, but later I will show you the pen. And so, let's take a look. But I was saying that it is quite nice that they make these tests with my actual nib so we can see it works and how it works. And the fun thing is that even it is a rigid nib, you can see there is some little line variation, which is nice to have some bounciness. Let's go for it. Here it is. So, this pen, let me take this out of the way. This is the Santini Libra. This model is called Libra. And this is the Olive. And they explain in their website that actually the Olive, it has a little tag that says Oro 18 karat. So let me take this out of the clip. And we have this beautiful finish. Let me check better if we can see it. Oops. I have the wires from the microphone. It's not a very good setup today, but okay, so this pen, it is called Santini Libra. This is the name of this model. And the Santini Libra, the material is called olive because it is like an olive green. Although they explain in their website this is kind of a dark yellow with some black that makes this kind of greenish. It is fun, and they, as far as I understood, they also make some of their own acrylics. One thing that I'm seeing here is that they made when they made the pen from a rod, they kind of aligned the chatoyance of the material, so you can see it comes all the way. Now this is the piston filler. You just need to put it to the place where you can find it all aligned, which is kind of nice, kind of a nice detail. So this pen is available on their website with gold trim, but I decided to go. I asked them if it was possible to have silver color trim, and they said yes. And so I asked them. They took around maybe 1 week and a half to put the pen together and to send it to me. And here you have the pen. I asked for another edition, which was the ebonite feed that they provide on their flexible nibs, but not on their regular nibs. But I asked for one because I think it would be nicer. And here you can see the beautiful Santini nib. And believe me, now that you're seeing it better than I am, because I cannot see it. I'm seeing it only through the camera. I wish I could be seeing it live. Let me check it. I think this is a beautiful nib. So you have here the S for Santini 1998 and then 18 carats, and it is a silver colored nib instead of a gold colored nib. They also told me that if I wanted, when I asked if it was possible to have a silver colored nib, they asked me if I wanted to have a flexible nib, because the silver colored nibs are not as flexible as the gold colored nibs. I never thought of that, but if they say so, I believe. So it is a piston filler. In this way you can feel that you reach the end, so it makes that noise, and that way you will be able to put the piston down all the way. Now it's all the way down, and the other way you will pull it back until it makes that clicking sound. So it is a nice pen. It has a very nice size. You may be looking at the nib and thinking it is a small nib, but let me just grab another pen for comparison. I don't do writing samples, and I'm not going to do it today. But I usually don't do writing samples, and I usually don't do size comparisons, sometimes some color comparisons, but I want to make more than color comparisons, size comparisons. As I told you, the nib looks a little bit small, but if you look at the pen, you can see that the pen is wider and longer than a Parker Centennial Dufold. So I guess the nibs are of the same size, and it looks small because the pen is much bigger, not because the nib is a small nib. Actually, the nib is wider as far as I can perceive it. It is even larger than, or wider than, the nib on the Parker. Maybe a little bit shorter, but wider. Let me put another pen here, which is also a big one, an Italian pen. This is the Visconti Homo Sapiens, and you can see that the Visconti Homo Sapiens is a little bit smaller than the Santini. And let's put the three nibs together just to check how they look. I know sometimes you can't see that by my voice. People say that I'm not very expressive for a Southern European guy, but Portuguese people are usually not that expressive anyway. And you can see this is a very nice nib, a very nice size, and the pen is just, let me put those pens apart safely. This pen is just beautiful and big and girthy, and I have to say that I like this material. Maybe you'll say you chose something that is so simple. You could have gone for such wonderful ebonite, but I have to say that I actually prefer this. I'm really happy with my purchase. It all came so well packed, so much care put in all these. Oh, and the pen posts quite well, but it becomes too long. I would say it's not quite, it's a little bit top heavy, but not that much. You can see it is still balanced. So it's really interesting. I am so happy, believe me. I know you can't see that, but I'm I'm happy. So I have now this stiff nib. It's not a flexible one, but I think, as you saw here, these will allow for some line variation. So it will be fun. It will be fun to use. Let me just check if there is any engraving on the nib saying it is a fine, and there isn't. Okay. I was just curious about that. And the ebonite feed, I think everything is done to perfection. This material has some darker, some whiter parts there. You can see them here in some places, like these. So in some places it looks more like straight lines, in some places it looks like some swirls. And okay, so this is really an interesting pen. It is much different from my Olive Check from Parker. So we are talking about very different olive green colors. I will ink this pen up, and I think I will start writing with it. The next time you'll see this pen on my videos, it will be already inked. I know I have too many pens inked right now, but I don't care. This pen deserves to get ink inside today. So that's something that I'll do in a moment. I have to thank Santini for being so careful in everything. It looks also perfect. Now I just need to test the pen while writing, and also for having such a patience to talk with us on the chat and providing all the informations that we may need to make a good purchase of the pen. So this is very beautiful, very beautiful material. I am really happy. So this is all I had to show you. Sorry for a long unboxing video, but you're used to it. And I think when I am excited with the pens, I make them even longer. So I think you understand that. This is all. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.